Hey everybody, I'm making a tutorial on how to set up your alert boxes for your Streamlabs OBS. This could actually be used in any OBS type program. As long as you are signed up with Streamlabs, you should have access to that. So I'm just going to jump right into it. For starters, I'm just going to go ahead and start by making a new scene. You can name it whatever you want. And then you go over to sources over here. Add. And it's in Streamlabs OBS is just right there and ready for you, and I'll show you both ways. So first you would add their alert box, add source. Since this is for tutorial purposes, we'll just go ahead and add it this way. Okay, so this is going to come up. Now by default all of these are off. You're going to want to switch whichever ones that apply on. Most of you, if you're either a new streamer and you're not affiliate yet, you won't use some of these. Like, actually, if you're not affiliate yet, pretty much you're only going to be using follows, posts, and raids. Maybe Cloud Store if you want to do something like that. When you're affiliate, I would say you'd probably use most of these, except for maybe the Merc. But, anyways, so for starters, you switch all of them on. That'll allow all the alerts to go in that box. Now, you could add different ones if any of them are missing by clicking on this add button. Other than that, they should be pretty default. So you could rename these, and you could set an image for each. Each one of them will have their own set of properties. And you just rename it by double clicking it or clicking this pen. So let's see, for the layout, there's these three boxes here. And again, you can set them for each. I like to have it where the image is on top and the text is on the bottom, but you could actually have the text through it or text to the side of it. Media. So by default, it'll have all the standard Twitch defaults. You could change that by clicking on Change Media, and then you could click on any image. Now I would suggest a PNG because you would have the transparencies, but you could pretty much pick any image type, but I would keep it simple. PNG, JPEG, or GIF. And then you click done. Now the volume, I think I would just leave that default. Animation, you could choose for it to fade in or fade out. You could choose for the text to do like, I like to use wiggle where the text kind of wiggles around. And then alert settings, you could pretty much leave everything by default and just hit done. And now you have your alert box. So you have your alert box, you could resize it any way you want. It's gonna stay aspected, so it's gonna stay the same, like the same dimensions overall, but you could pretty much just make it anywhere. So all of this is your background, which would be your source, your capture source or what have you, or your monitor, and this would be your alert box. Now you could test your alerts by clicking on test widgets down here. You could just do follow, subscribe, donations, and just so on and so forth. And it'll do a mock message. Now let's say you don't have Streamlabs OBS and you have just regular OBS or another program. It's pretty easy to get that going. So I'm going to erase this because we'll be using something else. Okay. So in Streamlabs OBS, you would just go ahead and click on Dashboard right here. If you're in a different OBS program, you would need to load up the website. So by doing that, you just go to the Streamlabs website, and I already have that set up here. And then you would go to your dashboard. There's two ways to access the alert box widget. You go to all widgets, and then click on alert box, or you could just go to alert box here. Okay, and with this, it has the same exact settings as Streamlabs OBS. You would just click on any of these and do all your settings here. And then you would do this. So you don't need to expose this, you could just go straight to copy. I mean, you're gonna see it anyways when you import the item, the alert box, but you really don't need to. So I'll go ahead and copy there, and it copied the widget. And this will work for all of them, and I'll show you right now. Go back to Streamlabs, hit this plus, browser source, add source, and you would put the website here. Okay, so you have your browser source set up again, like the actual alert box widget. You could go ahead and resize this any which way you want. I would leave it default, and whatever you set up on your Streamlabs website is going to show up here. So you could go ahead and test those, and it'll show right up. And that's pretty much it. I hope this tutorial was useful. If you want more tutorials like this, feel free to send me a request or go ahead and follow me and stay tuned for future projects. Thank you and have a great day.